What the happened between 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather?
He changed his mind. As he was going into jail, he asked me to help him with Mayweather promotion. Signed the actual fighters. We had acquisition of Gamboa, Andre Durrell, IBF champion, Billy Dib. I brought him over while Floyd was incarcerated. Then he comes home, let's get Floyd back in pocket. $300,000 chains, new Lamborghini. And I'm sitting there going, when you gonna give me the money? But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail.
Are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that. When he finally does bring up the actual situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. I didn't tell y'all to do that. And I'm looking at him and he looked in my face and he tell me to do that.
Looks like Floyd Mayweather just took his beef with 50 Cent to a whole new level. And this time, he's not coming alone. Floyd just linked up with some of 50's biggest rivals. And if you've been keeping up with this drama, you already know this just ain't some friendly get-together. This is straight-up war. We all know Floyd and 50 have been throwing shade at each other for years. Petty jabs, online shots, and all kinds of messy drama. But this time, Floyd's making moves that could actually hurt 50 in the long run. See, instead of just talking, Floyd is teaming up with the same people who've been trying to take 50 down for a minute now. And let's just say 50 is not happy about it. The tension started bubbling when Lil Meech, yes, the same Lil Meech that 50 put on the BMF series, started popping with Floyd. And not just Floyd, but Rick Ross too. And if you know anything about 50, you know he doesn't take betrayal lightly. So now, with Floyd standing beside his biggest enemies, this beef is looking real personal. And get this, Lil Meech just threw the ultimate shot at 50 by posting a picture with Floyd and Ross, captioning it, "Real Power." The same 50 who put Meech on helped him make over $5 million and gave him his first big acting role. Now Meech is out here siding with the ops? If that's not a slap in the face, I don't know what is. But here's the real question. Did Lil Meech just play himself by switching sides? Or is Floyd actually about to outmaneuver 50 once and for all? If you want to know how this drama even started, well, you're in the right video. Let's get into it. Now, unlike the situation with Rick Ross, 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather weren't just industry acquaintances. They were practically family. These two were inseparable, always side by side, making it look like their bond was unbreakable. They even hit the cover of XXL magazine together, proving to the world that they were the ultimate power duo. But as we've all seen time and time again, friendships in the industry can flip real fast. And for 50 and Floyd, it all came crashing down because of one business deal gone horribly wrong. And trust me, this beef goes way deeper than a few petty social media jabs. This started way back in 2012 when Floyd got convicted on DV charges. Now, before he went to jail, Floyd turned to 50 for a huge favor, one that would end up costing their friendship forever. See, Floyd had this dream of making TMT, the money team, a massive boxing empire. He wanted 50 to sign a bunch of fighters under TMT promotions and keep everything running smoothly while he was locked up. Sounds simple, right? Well, not exactly. What 50 didn't know was that TMT Promotions wasn't even a real company yet. That's right, Floyd had never actually registered it as a business. So now 50, thinking he's doing his bro a solid, starts pouring in his own money, over $1 million, to make TMT a reality. But here's where it gets messy. When Floyd finally got out of jail, he started acting different. Instead of thanking 50 for holding him down, Floyd straight up refused to pay him back or even match his investment.
50 Cent is in the neighborhood. 50, man, where do I begin? I'm going to begin at the beginning, all right?
Yeah.
Now, this is our first chance. We had a chance to sit down. And I seen a lot going on with what I thought was a situation that you couldn't break down. Between 50 Cent and Mayweather.
Yeah.
This looked like a friendship that was going to last a lifetime. What the hell happened between 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather?
Well, he changed his mind.
Now, what do you mean he changed his mind?
Like, as he was actually going in to jail, he asked me to help him with Mayweather promotions.
Right.
Then as he actually got in and I took a look, I realized there is no Mayweather promotions. There's no LLC, there's no seal, it's not incorporated, it's just
a name.
Yeah,
that comes out people's mouths.
And get this, while 50 and others were out here running a Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket campaign, basically a GoFundMe to help him out, Floyd was out blowing stacks on designer chains, Lamborghinis, and women. Everything except paying back the one friend who actually looked out for him. Now, if you know 50, you know how he does not play when it comes to loyalty and respect. But Floyd, he wasn't trying to hear any of that. He claimed that 50 was lying and that the only reason the deal fell apart was because 50 wanted half the company and was trying to push out Floyd's longtime manager, Al Heyman. Things got even wilder when Floyd straight up told 50 he never asked him to invest a dime into TMT Promotions. Imagine throwing over $1 million into a company just to be told, "No, I didn't ask for that." At one point, 50 was done with the fake brotherhood. He flipped out on social media, airing out all of Floyd's dirty laundry. But instead of backing down, Floyd did what he does best. He clowned 50 right back. He started calling him a male boxing groupie and even hit him with a low blow, saying, "Hold my belt because your album sales have declined." Ouch. Now, at some point, these two tried to convince the public that their beef was just a publicity stunt. But let's be real, that was straight up cap. Over time, they went from brothers to full-blown enemies, and it didn't happen overnight. Fans started noticing that every chance they got, they were throwing shots at each other. Every tweet, every post, every interview. And let me tell you, nothing was off limits. Floyd mocked 50 about his estranged son, while 50 fired back by accusing Floyd of sleeping with his best friend's woman. This is especially ironic since these two used to be inseparable, besties for real. 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather were always together, moving like brothers, flaunting their unbreakable bond for the world to see. They even landed on the cover of XXL magazine, flexing their friendship as if nothing could ever break them apart. But as we all know, money and egos have a way of ruining even the tightest relationships. What started as a powerful alliance quickly unraveled into one of the messiest and most petty celebrity beefs of all time. And trust me, it only got worse from there. 50 went nuclear on social media, calling out Floyd for being reckless with money and failing to pay his debts. But Floyd, he clapped back hard. He started calling 50 a boxing groupie, saying he was just mad because his music career was washed. And then came the moment that took the beef to legendary status. 50 Cent's infamous reading challenge saying, "I'll donate $750,000 to charity if Floyd can read a full page from a Harry Potter book without messing up."
Woke up, I looked at the computer said, Floyd said, T.I. Nelly. I'm like, what he say for? Nelly first baby mama Melissa, then took fiance, say nigga.
This is a special ASLELS challenge for you, Floyd. If you can read one full page of a Harry Potter book, nigga, I'll give $750,000 to whatever charitable organization you want to. Nice, man.
I got a phone call from my man Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy said if Floyd accepts the challenge, then he'll put it on the actual show, so you can read it on the show. We don't want to put pressure on you. We know you can't pronounce those words in that Harry Potter book, so we're going to let you read Cat in the Hat.
Now, if you've been keeping up with the drama, you already know why this hit hard. Floyd's reading skills have been questioned for years, and 50 knew exactly how to push his buttons. But instead of taking the challenge, Floyd went full billionaire mode. He clapped back by posting a photo of 2 checks totaling $72 million, basically saying, "I don't need to read, I'm rich." But the internet was already on fire. Then the Breakfast Club added fuel to the flames when they leaked an audio clip of Floyd struggling to read a sentence. To this day, people still clown him for it. For a while, the drama died down, but in 2018, Floyd reignited the feud in the pettiest way possible, by reportedly booking Tiara Marie to perform at his club. At the time, Tiara was in the middle of suing 50 for revenge porn, so Floyd's move was a direct shot at him. But that was just the beginning. Floyd took things even further by posting an open letter on Instagram where he completely dragged 50, going after everything from his music career to his personal life. He mocked 50 for not having a hit song in years, claiming that's why Interscope dropped him. He called him jealous of other successful rappers, and even accused him of being a certified snitch, saying, "We got paperwork to prove it." And Floyd wasn't done. He took shots at 50's entire persona, claiming he stole Ja Rule's style, and that his only real claim to fame was getting shot multiple times and surviving. He even went as far as saying, "You're living in an apartment in Jersey, and always in somebody else's business just to stay relevant. You should just become a blogger because it's obvious you got nothing else going on." And if that wasn't savage enough, Floyd went straight for the knockout, claiming Kanye West ended 50's career and that the only thing keeping him relevant was power. But even that wasn't enough. He argued that people only watched Power for Ghost, not for 50. You could leave the show tomorrow and everyone would still tune in. But out here in the real world, I'm the real ghost, Floyd wrote. Just when it seemed like Floyd had thrown the final punch, he took things even lower, alleging that 50 was drowning in debt and couldn't afford to maintain his mansion. He also claimed 50 lied about his Coca-Cola deal being worth $300 million, and even accused him of catching herpes from DJ. In response, 50 posted a cryptic video on Instagram with a message that said, "I don't feel I have to wipe everybody out, just my enemies. But he didn't stop there. He doubled down on his threats to expose Big Meech for snitching, teasing a docuseries that would allegedly feature Tammy Cowens, spilling secrets about how Big Meech cooperated with authorities. And 50 didn't stop there. He also went straight for the jugular by announcing a brand new show called Hip Hop Cop, set to drop on Hulu. In the caption, he made sure to flex, saying, "Check out my new show, Hip Hop Cop on Hulu." Oscar-winning writer and an Emmy Award-winning director. Boom, a BMF. Let's get that. If Lil Meech wasn't already feeling down about 50 canceling BMF, then this news was definitely about to send him crashing out. And let's be real, this was a direct shot at Meech. As you already know, a huge part of this whole mess started when Big Meech came home and found out that Lil Meech had basically blown through all the money he made from the BMF series. And to make matters worse, word on the street was that Big Meech was trying to get some favors from Rick Ross and have him promote his Welcome Back concert. Now, if that was supposed to be a power move, it completely backfired. Rick Ross wasted no time announcing the event, making sure to hype it up like it was the biggest thing in hip-hop. February 13th, your Big Meech benefit concert is going to be iconic, Ross declared. The list is crazy, but let me salute some of the legends. Lil Baby, Bossman D-Lo, 21 Savage, Ricky Rose. Now this is the first time it's ever been done. Me performing BMF with the icon himself. This gonna be special. Epic. Get your tickets right now. I'm back. Now here's where it gets messy. 50 Cent saw this as straight-up betrayal. Rick Ross has been one of his biggest ops for years, and for Big Meech to link up with him, that was a low blow. And 50 being 50, he didn't just let it slide. He immediately started exposing Big Meech, claiming he was a snitch, and even suggesting that while he was locked up, he had been cooperating through a third party. That third party, Tammy Cowens. For those who don't know, Tammy Cowens was someone Big Meech had signed off his life rights to while he was in jail. But according to 50, she was also leaking information to authorities about Cuffy to help secure an early release for Meech. And here's where it even gets juicier. Apparently, when Big Meech got out of jail, he sidetracked Tammy and started demanding all his life rights back. But that wasn't the only drama. Word on the street was that their relationship wasn't just business, and Tammy felt some type of way when Meech ran straight into his baby mama's arms instead of hers. And keep in mind, this was after she had been holding him down for years while he was locked up. But here's the real kicker. Big Meech denied all of it. But let's be real. How does a whole kingpin end up sleeping with a government informant for years and then claim he had no idea she was working with the feds? That's the million-dollar question people are asking. And of course, 50 didn't hold back. He basically said Big Meech's biggest mistake wasn't getting locked up. It was not maintaining his relationship with Tammy when he got out. And it's not just 50 and Tammy pointing fingers. There's actual evidence linking Big Meech to Cuffy's conviction and sentencing. And just when you think this couldn't get any wilder, an audio recording from Cuffy himself, a St. Louis kingpin, and one of Meech's close friends for 30 years seems to confirm it. In the recording, Cuffy broke down exactly how it went down. I wasn't even the original target. They wanted to get a little Mexican. He's actually a cartel member out of LA named Suarez. You'll see his name in the paperwork. Fidel Suarez. He was the initial target, you feel me? Right? He was the initial target. But with me calling in while they were trying to set up Fidel Suarez, she clicked over and told the feds, hold on, this is Cuff. And when they heard the name Cuff, they went crazy. That's when her and Meech turned the scheme toward me. And if that wasn't bad enough, Cuffy's own daughter, Tamara Gatling, doubled down on the allegations, making her own recording where she exposed Meech, saying, my dad was set up by one of his best friends, Demetrius Flanori, also known as Big Meech. My dad and Meech have been friends for over 30 years plus. At this point, Big Meech's credibility was hanging by a thread. But that's not even where the drama ends. Now let's talk about Lil Meech, because he's not looking too good in this situation either. A lot of people have been throwing wild jabs at him, saying he's basically looking like a chick being passed around for money. And y'all, those aren't even my words. That's what people are saying online. For real, linking up with Rick Ross and Floyd and then posting that caption? Yeah, that didn't give off the vibes Lil Meech thought it did. And if there was even the slightest chance that 50 would have taken him back, that move completely ruined it. Now, when it comes to 50 Cent and Tammy Cowens exposing Big Meech, the internet is completely split. Some people are fully backing 50, saying that he's just calling out the real truth. But others, they're calling him out too, saying if 50 knew Tammy was an informant this whole time, why did he keep her around? Now, if you're wondering why Lil Meech even has a beef with 50 Cent, it all traces back to his father, Big Meech. The drama started with a highly anticipated Big Meech Welcome Back concert scheduled for February 13, 2025 at the Amerant Bank Arena in Florida. This wasn't just any show. It was supposed to be a grand homecoming for Demetrius Big Meech Flannery, the infamous leader of the Black Mafia family, BMF. For nearly 2 decades, Big Meech's name was legendary in hip-hop and law enforcement circles. After serving almost 20 years in prison, his release was met with celebration, and the music industry was ready to roll out the red carpet. The concert lineup was stacked with Lil Baby, Rick Ross, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Kodak Black, Moneybagg Yo, and Boozy, making it one of the most hyped-up hip-hop events in years. But just hours before the show was set to begin, everything fell apart. The Amerant Bank Arena abruptly canceled the concert due to unforeseen circumstances. No explanation, no warning, just like that, the event was over before it even started. Fans were outraged, ticket holders were left stranded, and artists were caught off guard. Boozy later revealed he spent over $10,000 preparing for the show, only to be ghosted with zero explanation. But the real controversy? Why was the concert even canceled in the first place? 50 Cent wasted no time adding fuel to the fire. According to Tony Yayo, Lil Baby rolled up in a Ferrari truck, pockets full of cash, but didn't contribute anything to the event. Allegedly, Big Meech expected artists to either donate money or bring gifts, just like Rick Ross supposedly did. But Lil Baby didn't bring anything, and that reportedly didn't set right with Meech. 50 Cent took this opportunity to clown the situation, questioning why Lil Baby or any rapper was expected to hand over money. His take? If Meech was a millionaire, he should have saved his own money instead of expecting artists to cover the costs. Then rumors spread that several big-name artists backed out once they realized they weren't getting paid. The reality is, loyalty is important in hip-hop, but business comes first. No manager wants their artist performing for free, especially for someone as controversial as Big Meech. Things got even messier when Big Meech linked up with Rick Ross, 50 Cent's longtime rival. When Meech was seen promoting his return with Ross, 50 took it as betrayal. He immediately went off on Instagram, even posting a picture of a rat with the caption, "I think I'm Big Meech," suggesting that Meech cooperated with the feds. 50 didn't stop there. He brought in 1090 Jake, claiming to have paperwork proving Meech snitched. Meech clapped back saying, "I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me." At this point, Lil Meech found himself stuck in the middle. 50 Cent was the one who built his career, putting him through acting classes and making him the star of BMF. But once Big Meech was out, Lil Meech started spending time with people 50 didn't mess with, like Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather. Feeling betrayed, 50 Cent unfollowed Lil Meech and then leaked private messages where Lil Meech sounded hurt and confused. "They just told me you unfollowed me off Instagram. Now you mad at me, bro? I would take the shirt off my back for you. Ross only gave my dad some bread so he could pay his bills until our next season starts." And 50 shut it down with just 3 cold words. What next season? And just like that, 50 completely cut ties with Lil Meech.
Let me read this text right here. So this is Lil Meech.
That's it.
They just told, this is 250 Cent. "They just told me you unfollowed me off Instagram and now you managing Skillet Baby with Rocket when I brought him around you first, when you didn't have a clue who he was. Now you mad at me when I would take the shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. I've only showed you love and loyalty I'm human. I go through my own, but I never switched up on."
But I want to hear what your thoughts are. Do you think there's some truth to these theories, or are people just reaching? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and keep watching this space for more celebrity content like this.